Hi, friends. It's Rebecca and Lorraine again. How are you? We dressed the same on accident. So it's kind of a nice little matchy match. And we already dressed the same in the other video. Turns out we do them the same day. Okay. We are going to start with a shark fin breath. Do you guys remember shark fin breath? You can start with your hands here, and then one will go up over your head like this. Let's do two more. All right, guys. Now I'm going to talk to you about something called book parts. We spent a lot of time back when you were at Sprout talking about letters and letter sounds. And another part of learning to become a reader is understanding the way books work. So I'm going to show you this book. Well, first I'm going to tell you the vocabulary words we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about front cover, back cover, spine. See if you know what these mean. Title. Do you know what the author is and the illustrator? And do you know what the title page is? All right, let's see if we can figure it out. So here's the book that we're going to look at. It's probably backwards for you, but let's see if we can figure out how to hold it right side up. Here is it right side up. Here's the front cover. Here's the back cover. And this little fun thing here where the pages are all stapled together is called the spine. Holds it all together. This story is called The Reason for a Flower, and that's the title. And then to find out who wrote the book, usually it'll say by, and this one says by Ruth Heller. That's the author. And sometimes it'll show us who the illustrator is. This one doesn't say, so maybe it was Ruth.
What's an author?
An author is the person who writes the book. That's the author, Ruth Heller. And then the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. So when we open it up, we're going to look. That's the mailman. This one doesn't have a title page.
Oh.
It just has a blank page in the beginning. And this shows us it probably came from the library at some point.
That's true.
And look whose name is in here. Lorraine Lau. Uh-oh.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Lorraine Lau put her book in here so that I don't steal it. Just kidding. All right, so those are the main parts of the book that I want to tell you about. Let's see if I did everything. I did. This one doesn't have a title page. Okay, now I'm going to pass the book over to Lorraine. She's going to do some things with it.
Mostly I'm just going to read it. This is one of my favorite books, and I really like to read it in the spring and the summer. And it's called My Teacher... Oh, hi, Macy. Do you want to listen to the story with us?
Sure.
Okay, like Teacher Rebecca said, it's called The Reason for a Flower. I'm going to hold the book up so you can see the pictures really well. This one has become a plum. You can see the blossom of the plum tree loses its petals, and slowly a fruit appears. There really is a title page. It's right here. The Reason for a Flower, written and illustrated by Ruth Heller. Birds and bees and hummingbirds and these. And these sip nectar from the flowers. See that bat hidden in the darkness? and moths too. And as they search for more and more pollen from the flower before it goes to the next one, they explore. That's how the bees pollinate the flowers. They go from flower to flower, right? Collecting pollen. Some pollen travels in the breeze without the help of birds or bees, and very often makes you sneeze. Achoo! Have some kids been getting allergies this time of year? That's from the pollen. From an anther on a stamen to a stigma on a style. Pollen grains must travel and stay a little while. These are lilies. This is where their pollen is, right there on the anther. This is the stigma, or this is the stamen. And this is the stigma. And then you'll see the reason for each flower. Even weeds. The reason for a flower is to manufacture seeds. Seeds that have a cover of one kind or another. Some grow inside a juicy fruit, and it's not odd to find them growing in a pod. The largest one is a coconut. So check out all these fruits, watermelon, avocado, fruits and vegetables, and looks like nuts. They're all different kinds of seeds. Seeds travel far and wide. Some even like to hitch a ride upon a bike or on a shoe. Squirrels hide them and forget that they do. Some have burrs that stick to furs and travel at a gallop. You can see there's a little seed attached to that rabbit. Seeds can settle anywhere they find water, sun, and air, and then grow roots and stems and leaves. See that one? That's a carrot, which is a root plant, right? Growing all the way down into the ground. There's some ginger and other things we might recognize. Some seeds grow up to be trees. These grow where it's very dry. You recognize these pokey ones? They're cactuses. Even cacti have flowers too. And these grow where it's wet. Water lilies. These may not look like flowers, but they're the most important, yes. Rice and barley, corn, and wheat are cereals we need to eat. Oh, and there's millet and bamboo are a treat for an animal. Oh, animals who don't like meat. They are called herbivores. All of these animals only eat plants. And then the other ones are called carnivores, right? Would you believe these plants eat meat? And they are called carnivorous. These plants, you see, they attract flies with their scent. The flies buzz close and land on them and get stuck. And then the plants slowly, eat them. Yeah.
Lorraine, what are those plants called?
Carnivorous plants. Yeah. Kind of like when we talk about dinosaurs, how there's carnivores and herbivores. The carnivores eat other animals. In this case, they eat the bugs. Oh, and the largest flower ever found grows in the jungle near the ground. A parasite clinging tight to the roots of trees that feed it. It's 3 feet wide, or maybe 4, weighs 15 pounds and sometimes more, and has a nasty odor. It's called the Rafflesia. It smells not very good, but it really attracts those flies. But here's a flower that owes its fame to the smelling very sweet, and scientists agree that magnolias seem to be a prehistoric family. Oh, there's a dinosaur, just to show that these flowers have been around a long time, and they have beetles as their pollinators, not bees. All flowers are angiosperm, and that's an ancient Grecian term. Here are just a very few products made from them. Oh my goodness, we've got straw, candy, coffee, cotton, all of these things. All right. Plants that have no flowers are fascinating too. Oh, but they don't have seeds, do they? These ones are mushrooms called fungi. That's the end of our story. This one has become a plum. The end. Thanks for reading that with me. It was kind of a long one, but I love it so much. Before we go, I wanted to show you a part of our plum tree from the backyard of our school. All of the blossoms that were here at early spring have fallen off, and in their place has started to grow tiny plums. They're green now, but they're going to get larger and larger and larger, and then they'll turn purple. And that's the time when you can eat them. There's a lot of trees right now that are changing and starting to just grow their fruit. So for journals today, see if you can look around your neighborhood at the trees and the plants and look and see if you can start seeing signs of fruit growing. I'm going to draw a picture of my plum that I just found. Here's my line. And this plum has a little brown stem on it, so I'm going to draw a stem like this. It's kind of like a long, it's just like a little bumpy line. So this is my stem. And then I'm going to draw some leaves and some green fruit. My leaves are really long. And then the fruit are kind of like little oval shape. So I'm going to draw a little oval shape like that. Yeah. There's my sign of fruit growing on the plum tree. There's lots of other ones that can grow too. Like I was noticing that Lynn and Yo's apple trees are starting to form their little apples too. And for my last thing, I'm going to write plum. This one I think I can do best guess spelling. So starts with a P, right? P for and then l. Next is an L. That sounds like a U. And then m. Plum. That's my journal. And then we can share them next time at Circle. All right, everybody. Is it time to do our goodbye song?
It's time to do our goodbye song, friends. And I just want to remind everybody that we just have 2 classes on the computer again. So you'll bring your journals next time, and then we'll have one more class with Lorraine and I.
Wow, yeah.
And then we hope to see you in June. Families who are coming back in June, we hope to see you. And everybody else, we hope to see you at our end of the year party.
Ooh. All right, we're going to do a new goodbye song.
Ooh.
And this is how it goes. You can learn it from me.
I will.
So long, it's been good to see ya. So long, it's been good to see ya. So long, it's been good to see ya. It's time to get ready to roll along. Yes, we've got to be rolling along.
Yeah, I like it.
Bye,
guys.
Bye, Sprout.
Take care.
Bye, Sprout families.